What's up, guys? Weather Wednesday coming at you with another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today we have a ton going on in the game. We have a lot of events, we have a lot of tournaments, and we have quality of life updates. And we have a celebration because, of course, there is always some sort of anniversary or birthday going on in the game. Now, first of all, we still have 3 days left of the gear removal cost reduction. So go ahead and move around your artifacts and accessories as much as you like for the next 3 days. And I have personally been using it to rebuild a bunch of my nukers from Arena to Hydra. I've been making some pretty big changes, and there's plenty more going on in the game as well to keep us plenty busy. First of all, we'll take a look at the tournaments. And as you can see, there is a brand new champion training tournament. And it seems like there is a champ training tournament every few days in the game lately. And this one does have pretty good rewards. You can have an opportunity to win 6-star Relentless gear. As you can see, I have pretty much no chance. Somebody jumped out to a very early lead, and I have no desire to chase them. But if you want to do a little bit of champ training, you can get some soul stones, you can get some prism shards. It's okay. As far as champ training tournaments go, the rewards are pretty decent. Then there is the Ice Golem Turn Attack. As you can see, I racked up enough points to get the most basic rewards. Didn't really have a lot of resources that I wanted to invest into this. And some people are going fairly hard into this. And after I went fairly deep into getting Savage gear the other day, I just decided to not go so hard into Ice Golem. So I got some very basic rewards with 500 soul coins, some gems, and a blue shard. And that's enough for me. I'm not going to compete in that. But if you want to, you can get up to some 6-star Relentless epic gear. Not too bad. And I don't know what I did to deserve this, but as you can see, I went up against some absolute krakens in the tag arena tournament. People putting up 3 times as many points as me, and I had no interest in chasing that. But the winner does get some 6-star legendary pieces of Relentless gear. And I did do enough, and just about everybody should be able to do enough to get the right side rewards, which are pretty decent, but nothing too crazy. And of course, we have a Dragon Turn Attack coming tomorrow as the Ice Golem Turn Attack ends. And I am going to work on the assumption that the rewards are going to be very similar. Now on to events. As you can see, we have an Artifact Enhancement event. It just began. And then we've got a Dungeon Divers event ending in a little bit. And tomorrow begins an Anniversary Deck of Fate, because Plarium is going to be celebrating their 15th anniversary. Now, first of all, we'll take a look at this Artifact Enhancement event. And if you happen to notice that I'm very low on silver, it's because I went hard on this Artifact Enhancement event. Not because it gives out a little bit of energy and a little bit of gems and a mortal soulstone, but because it has prism crystals. And as much as I didn't want to go after the other events for the prism crystals, I did want to get that. So I'm going to save my prism crystals for tomorrow as the anniversary event begins, because this Anniversary Deck of Fate is going to basically be mostly focused on getting new champions. So that's going to be the primary way, I believe, of getting points. If we take a look at the news, it actually will tell us that we have something very exciting going on, and that is we will finally have a 2 times chance of getting mythical champions from our Primal shards. as well as a 2-time chance of legendary and epics. But they also have this deck of fate where you can get points by getting artifacts and accessories, which is probably the worst way to get points if previous deck of fate events are any indication. But the number one way of getting points should be summoning champions. So if we look at our portal, what you're going to want to do is, if you have any prism shards, you'll probably want to save those for tomorrow. And if you have any primal shards, this weekend is going to be the time to get them. So these you're going to have to spend in the next day and a half. So I would spend those on Friday, and you can choose Friday, Saturday, or Sunday when you feel like pulling your primal shards. And that should be able to get you points for the deck of fate. Now, there are some other things coming into the game. I told you that because of this 100% gear removal cost, that I have been working on a lot of different nukers, but I also did one other thing. If we go to dungeons, we went to Phantom Shogun's Grove. I finally worked my way up to be able to beating stage 23 of the Phantom Shogun's Grove, and I could almost beat stage 24, but my stats are just a little bit missing. Now, funny thing happened when I checked the Discord this morning, and Raid made an announcement. Heads up, Raiders, we're planning balance changes to the Iron Twins Fortress, the Sand Devil's Necropolis, and the Phantom Shogun's Grove. Basically, they're nerfing all three of those bosses, making them easier for accounts that are maybe not quite as progressed as the most endgame players that can defeat those dungeons. I knew this was coming. I just didn't know when, and I got a little impatient after waiting weeks and weeks and weeks, hoping that it would happen. I finally broke down. I finally made a team that can beat stage 23 in 20 seconds, and now they're finally going to nerf it. So, does it say when this is happening? It's going to be soon. So they officially announced it, that they are going to make it a bit easier and more accessible to players. So, silly me, I worked on that team, but hopefully that team will still work after the nerf, and we'll just see about that. I think they're just going to make perhaps those dungeons, make the bosses a little bit easier to kill, as I'm guessing. So we'll see about that. But if we head to the news, it actually doesn't say it in the news, but a lot of content creators came out with videos this morning talking about quality of life changes. And the big one is going to be that there's going to be gear sets where you can have a specific set of gear, either 6 pieces or 9 pieces, that you can easily swap as a set. So this is something that is very common in other games. I play another game called Watcher of Realms, where we've been able to do this for many months. It's not something that I particularly use just because I'm too lazy to swap gear, but it's something that a lot of players like to do, and it could be useful, particularly around if you just want to have some sets that you can move from nuker to nuker for various, in particular in the Cursed City. And there is also going to be an item where you can get, basically, you can get this gear removal cost reduction. You can use an item that'll basically give this to you for a day. So I don't know how frequently we will be able to do this ourselves, if we're going to be able to gather those items fairly easy. I'm going to guess that they're going to be pretty difficult. Maybe we'll get like one a month or something. I guess we will find out over the course of time about that. Is there anything else going on in the game? It looks like we have another week and a couple days left in Cursed City. So you're going to want to use this gear removal cost to try to finish up any keys that are giving you difficulty. Swap some gear around to be able to tackle those harder stages. I was able to clear an extra stage or two in hard, and that's about it. If we look over at my hard, this is pretty much standard for me. There's usually, I can always clear the cobble market pretty easily. This left section, there's always one or two that I need help with, and one or two over here that I need help with. And then I pretty much get stuck when I try to take on Soul Cross. That's just way too difficult. If you look at that, maybe I could build this team to beat that, but like there's no way I'm taking on, something like this where I have two built champions that are force and attack from these three factions. That's too difficult. I'm far off from being able to tackle a challenge such as that, and I'm guessing most players are in a similar or worse off boat. That's really top end Kraken territory. But then we are right in the midst of Doom Tower, Dark Fae. I'm hoping to make a Dark Fae video for this weekend, but I should be able to take on floor 120 of hard this evening and see if I can make a new team. I have planned for that, and we'll see if that works out or not. But we still have plenty of time for the Doom Tower. We still have a little bit of time at Cursed City, and Hydra just reset yesterday, so we got plenty of time to get our keys in there. So there's going to be plenty to do this weekend, plenty of events and tournaments, but in particular, this is going to be an exciting time for many, as we will finally get to pull our Primal shards with the 2x event happening. So let me know if you plan on pulling shards. I certainly am planning on pulling these Primal shards and the Prism shards, and if I feel like it, I could even pull the Remnant summons if I need it for the Deck of Fate. We'll see just how challenging that Deck of Fate is. So that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you to all my new subscribers. We are slowly climbing toward the goal of getting to 1,000 by the end of summer, trying to become an official raid content creator. And I appreciate any help that you can give me to help grow the channel and help me to produce more Raid Shadow Legends content. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Weiler Wednesday. See ya!